On this episode of the Layover Live, Grant stops by to talk 5 strategic must-haves to diversify. Yay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 111 of the Layover Live, where we bring you the top article from the Layover each week. I'm Jason Swick, VP of Digital Marketing, joined once again by Grant Stoltz, Strategic Analyst. So, Grant, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Appreciate the high five. You get a little excited there about this episode, buddy.
A little bit. It's exciting stuff.
It is exciting stuff, and always exciting when we bring articles from Search Engine Journal. This article that comes from them this week has to do with 5 strategic must-haves to diversify your digital marketing. Really, really good stuff. Some things make sense. We've talked about some of these things before, some we haven't, but it's always a really, really good thing to talk about digital marketing and some ways that you can adjust your strategies to be prepared for today. So let's just jump right into it, Grant. What are some of the strategies that are mentioned in this article from Search Engine Journal?
Yeah, so like you said, they call it 5, hence the high five
yes.
articles that they actually specifically talk about when in regards to your digital strategy.
Yep.
Like you mentioned, some of them we've talked about before, namely chatbots, voice search optimization, and then also as well as letting users help dictate your conversion funnels with all the great work Michelle and Hannah do on the CRO side. So lots of those things we've talked about, but a couple things that may have been left out in previous Layover Live episodes. So specifically talking about beacons, which is something interesting, and then also looking at gaining value from your data, actual practical value from your data and what that exactly looks like. So again, really important things, and they kind of go into some really easy wins that you can be able to take apart those strategies as they were.
Yep.
But really, again, I think it's a great high-level view of ways that you may not be thinking about digital marketing to be able to, like they say, diversify your strategies.
Yeah, and I agree. And again, a lot of these things are pretty cool in here. It talks about voice search and optimizing that, which we've talked about. User-led design, which we talk about all the time with CRO, is that should be a staple for any DMO. But one thing we haven't talked a lot about is really beacons. So, and you mentioned that a little bit too. So, really, what are beacons? Because I think it's something that's interesting and can be used if done properly. So, let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. So, this article does a good job of kind of outlining what exactly a beacon is, and really, what it is a small little device that you place in your store, location, what have you.
Anywhere, really.
Exactly. And what it does is just transmits data that's from your phone to the beacon and vice versa, informing your phone that, hey, this user is at this location. So normally it's used a lot with apps. So an app will be able to identify that they're by a beacon. The app will then send a push notification to a user. There's other options too, looking at like text message alerts as well. But really it's signaling to a device that they are at a certain location, and then based off that proximity, then doing something, to speak about it generally. Now, a lot of the times, and the ones they mentioned are in e-commerce type environments where, if you're down a certain aisle or you're
walking by a store or whatever. We've gotten these, Starbucks does a good job with some of this stuff, and we see others do it, right, where you get some alerts on your phone, or you get a notification popping up. That's a pretty common example.
Exactly. So they give some good examples there.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of them work well for, say, the operators or partners in a certain destination. Something to potentially share with them of some opportunity in those areas. Especially too, if maybe you have a visitor center or something else that might have the ability to trigger certain beacons, or if you have a wayfinding app that you're using, putting beacons around your city or your destination to be able to trigger notifications there. Just some interesting concepts there, but like the article mentions, there's another item that most people aren't really thinking about or incorporating as part of their digital marketing strategy.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a really, really good way to be able to really leverage a more personalized experience and really give those offers in that time of need. And all of it does it with data. And this article talks about data also and increasing the practical value from your data. So what are some examples maybe that the article recommends about how to use data to really update your digital marketing strategy?
Yeah, they give some really good examples as well for this category. Specifically, a couple that they gave were looking at the return on ad spend from your Google Ads keywords, where it was no longer profitable to be able to determine that's where you should focus your organic search efforts. Now, again, a pretty heady topic right there, but the gist of what they're talking about is that looking at these data pieces that might be disparate sources, such as, say, Google return on ad spend, then actually allowing that to then influence something else that you're doing in your digital marketing. So what this really entails is looking at what data points you're taking in and then not using them just on that platform or that exact marketing channel, actually using that data then to bridge the gap then and say, okay, what else can I do with that data?
SEO keyword data. Be able to use some of those things to take a look at ad spend, looking at filling content gaps, right, with Search Console or things of that nature are some examples that it referred to, which, we do on any given day, but maybe a lot of people don't do that with their marketing strategies, that cross-platform approach, right?
Exactly it. So anytime you can take data from the left hand using the right or vice versa, rather than just, again, in that siloed approach, is only beneficial to your digital marketing efforts.
Yeah, really good stuff. So really check out this article. It's really good. I know we talk about strategy all the time. It seems like over the last 3 months, but I think it's really good and really important to focus on some of these things. The article had some really good points to make about using data, about using beacons, about using things like chatbots and voice. So something worth checking out. It's a really, really good read this week. So Grant, thanks for coming by and sharing that. Thanks for tuning in each and every week. If you're not subscribed, please do so now, as we love to be able to send you notifications about new articles and new videos as they become about. And also, if you want to consume us through audio, we're available on Spotify and iTunes as well. So thanks for tuning in each and every week. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
Up top.
Oh yeah.